Hi, hello, and welcome into my reselling channel, Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star. Today's Wednesday, so we're doing something motivational today. Wednesdays are for motivation and organization, and actually today's a little bit of both. We're going to talk about what you should do now before the summer slowdown. As resellers, we always prep for Q4. We should also be prepping for the summer slowdown. We have 5 weeks until the first day of summer, at which time we're going to do another video on what you should do during the summer slowdown. And a lot of that will focus on the Q4 prep. But now that we're still in May, still in spring, we have 5 weeks until summer. There are things that you should do before the summer slowdown. Summer can feel very brutal for a lot of resellers. If you're one of the lucky few that doesn't ever experience the summer slowdown, you're blessed, and we don't need to hear you bragging because a lot of us do really feel it. And then there's always those resellers every year who are like, I don't feel it. I don't have summer slowdown. Yeah, well, good for you. The rest of us are. Sales often dip. They really do. Routines get messy. Sourcing changes. A lot of us are taking time off. And it can all accumulate very fast into disappearing motivation. I just need to add right here, if you have good routines in place and your boundaries, like I've been talking about on this channel all year, it's easier to stay motivated and it's easier to keep going in the summer slowdown. So get that shit together. But slow seasons can also be where we're building momentum for the rest of the year, or we're catching up on things that we usually don't have time for, or we're getting organized. So in the next 5 weeks before we get into summer, I highly advise build a listing bank. Create drafts or prep listings ahead of time. Schedule listings ahead of time on eBay. You want to keep momentum even when your motivation will drop, which inevitably it usually does for most people in the summer. And sometimes life gets busy. A lot of moms who resell will have kids at home for the summer from school. People do family vacations. People get busy during the summer. And that's why sales get slow, by the way. Summer slowdown is a very real thing. People are busy. It is nice outside. People are outside doing outdoor activities. They're cooking out. They're swimming. They're hiking. They're having barbecue parties with the neighborhood. They're going on vacations. All kinds of reasons why people aren't shopping. There's a reason why Q4 and Q1 are busy, and it's not just the holidays, which is a big part of it. But when it gets dark by 5 o'clock at night and it's cold outside, people are inside. They're on their phones and they're shopping. They're not doing that in the summer. So if you have a bank built up, it will help you keep the momentum going, even when you're not feeling it, and while you're taking your vacations or doing your outdoor activities. So take the next 5 weeks to photograph extra inventory, create drafts in bulk. You can use scheduled listings. I highly recommend that. And you can prep your seasonal inventory early. So you can do maybe a month or two worth of listings of the summer stuff. And then you can start prepping now and banking now. Prepared listings for fall and winter and the holidays. So you can just keep pumping that stuff out. Most of us should start listing that kind of stuff in August, even July. Christmas in July is a thing. But a listing bank will always keep your stores active. It isn't just for summer slowdown. I recommend it all year. But since we're talking about the fact that we have 5 weeks to get prepared for summer, build some banks. Clean up your store. Take the time now to clean up your store and delist, relist your summer items. Get those prioritized. Check your titles. Check your photos. Optimize those listings first. Prioritize those. Always keep in mind that you can change titles back if you need to, but it doesn't really matter. But you can be changing titles to be seasonal, vacation, beach, cruise, putting all these great titles in sunglasses, beach bags, swimsuits, things like that. So clean up your store, prioritize all your summer items now, relist all of those and get them back into the algorithm. And you can send out a lot of offers. You can clearance stuff out. Maybe now's the time when you want to go through and clearance out winter and autumn and holiday stuff. Cross list more aggressively. I cannot express that enough. And list in general. The more you have listed, the more you're going to sell, even when it is a slow time. So if you have twice as many listings on eBay as you did last summer, and you're cross-listing to twice as many platforms, you're going to have more sales. You're going to stay afloat. So be aggressive. Get more listings up and put them on more places. Right now, if you have banks built, chances are, if you're anything like me, it's going to be about 21 days before things see the light of day. If you have a pretty big bank built. So while you're sourcing, already be thinking ahead to the next season and building those listings. So leave the summer categories, get them prioritized, get them listed now, get them optimized if they're already listed. But maybe we're focusing not so much on that. I mean, the next 5 weeks, I would say list all the summer things, source all the summer things you can. And then as we get into June, especially if you have big banks built up, you want to kind of switch that up. Refresh your systems. We know that if the summer slowdown hits, we're shipping less. And if you're spending less time shipping, you have more time for other things. So rethink your systems now before that happens. Where do I need work? What can I do more work on? When I have more time, if I'm shipping less and I have more time, what more would I like to accomplish in a day? And kind of see if you can start shifting those routines and systems now. Prepare financially. And this should actually be something you're doing all year. So when things are going really great, you want to build a small savings. You want to buy more inventory and stock up on it. When things are going great is when you want to set aside a little nest egg and plan ahead for the slower times. I really think that reselling has its ups and downs. And so when it has its ups, if you can set money aside, so when you have your downs, it's almost like you're making the same amount of income across the board. You want to try to do that. This is also a good time for you to get a good bookkeeping system in place. Financial stress makes slow seasons feel worse than they actually are. So if you take the extra during the really, really good times, or just a little bit, and set it aside, you won't feel as stressed. Financial stress actually makes everything feel worse. Everything. There's nothing worse than financial stress. So I highly recommend setting aside something now, planning ahead. Always protect your motivation no matter what season we're in, or if it's slow, if it's Q4 and you're making hand over fist money. Motivation can die out in those times too. Just as a side note, if you're packing and shipping 50 items a day and it's all because Christmas is coming, it is very easy to get very lazy and very lackadaisical and rely on that and say, well, I don't need to work as hard. I don't need to list as much because everything's selling because it's Christmas. It's just as easy to back off and lose motivation during the good times, but for very different reasons. You always want to protect your motivation, and you always want to have the output the same no matter what's going on. That's why it's good to have the routines in place. You want to be working just as hard in the summer slowdown as you do during Q4. What you're working on may be different. You may be doing more shipping in Q4 and more listing in the summer. But listen, if you want all those sales in Q4, you got to do all the listing when things are slow. So just always protect your motivation. Your routines are sometimes going to get disrupted, and slower sales are going to happen. And it's hot. and nobody wants to do anything and it's summer and I just want to relax. I understand that. You still got to do your job. You got to focus on your goals. Consistency, 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 like I always tell you. And guard your boundaries. Take breaks. Go to the pool with the kids in the afternoon. List a couple things at night. Find that work-life balance always. So I'm going to reiterate one more time. Build a listing bank. Super important. It will keep your stores active no matter what's going on. Clean up your store. Go through your active listings and find things that are summery or vacation-y or beach or anything adjacent. Optimize those listings, delist, relist, get them back in with better titles, and add those good keywords. Cruise, vacation, all that stuff. Disney stuff is good to optimize and prioritize as summer items too. I think like Disney clothing and Disney anything really, because people are going to Disney right now, or they will be in the summer. So clean those up and prioritize your death piles now. Get all your summer items up now. List more. If you're listing 10 a day, can you do 15? Actually, can you do 20? Because you want to list the 15 and bank the 5. You're building a bank too. So think about what you can do. How much can you list in a day and bank some and try to be listing more, but more importantly, be cross-listing so very aggressively. Put more stuff on all the places. Add a new platform. Find a new stream of income. Rethink your sourcing. You got 5 weeks to buy every single thing that you come across that's summer related. And then we're going to switch our mindset. Refresh all of your systems. Get yourself prepared for a time where you might have more time on your hands. And what are you going to do with it? Prepare financially. Build a small cushion while things are good. And protect your motivation. You always want to protect your motivation. You always want to be motivated no matter what else is going on. So I'll be back in about 5 weeks with a video on what you should do during summer slowdown. But these are all the things that we should all be doing right now and ramping up in the next 5 weeks. And then, oh boy, do I have a whole list of things that we can all do during summer slowdown when things are slow, including getting ready for Q4. This is probably why our years seem to go by so fast, because in sales, you are always thinking 1 or 2 seasons ahead. You really are. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video, reselling in general, summer slowdown, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to help me feed my hungry hippos. And I will see you in the next one.